That bike right there. You see that bike right there? That bike is a 2020 Hyper Dirt Jumper. Polished, looking shiny, son. That is today's Bike of the Day feature. What's up, everybody? It's Crazy Al Kane. Bike of the Day feature action going on right now. We got this nice polished Hyper Dirt Jumper 2020 status. It's so cool when people send in dirt jumpers to be featured on the show, because dirt jumpers are BMX bikes in my eyes. They're just front suspension BMX bikes, you know what I'm saying? So that's a whole nother story for a whole different topic on a whole different video. But that's how I feel. So it's always good, and I always encourage people to send their dirt jumpers in to Bike of the Day. So without further ado, we're going to get into it right now. Let's talk about this bike. All right, party people. So this 2020 Hyper Dirt Jumper was sent in by ScreamiN Brandon Nieman. And he said that he wanted a bike that would be close to his Stay Strong V4 24-inch cruiser. And this thing came pretty darn close. His favorite color is orange. So you can see on his frame, he had all the decals made in orange above the polish. So it looks real fresh and spicy. He also went on to say most bike companies put their stickers on the side, but he wanted to do top and bottom of the down tube so he could incorporate his sponsor Stay Strong but yet keep the Hyper identity as well. He also gave his sponsors a shout out: Recovery Racing, Backroads BMX Training Facility, and JNR BMX Superstore for many years of support. Now that we know about Brandon's inspiration for the build, let's talk about those parts, son! Yeah! Alright, so once again, this is a 2020 Hyper Dirt Jumper. It's got the RockShox Pike forks. It's got the Spank Spike 7770 bars. I never heard of those bars before, and I hope I'm saying it right. The ever so popular ODI Ruffian grips. He's got a 35mm deity copperhead stem. He's got the Hope stem spacers. He's got Hope bar ends. He's got the Hope Tech 3 E4 4-piston disc brakes in the rear. Hope floating 160mm rotor. He's got a 32-tooth Hope chainring. STG seat. STG shorty seat post. He's got a Hope quick release seat post clamp. He's got the super solid, world-renowned 170mm profile column cranks. He's rocking the Profile 104 BCD Spider that holds his chainring on the cranks. You have the cranks, then you have the Spider, then you have the chainring. So this is like a 3-piece sort of thing going on with the cranks. It's like a 5-piece thing, isn't it? Anyways, he's got some old beat-up trusty Sun Ringlay pedals, the super awesome, super expensive Profile Elite hubs, spanky Uzi 26-inch rims, 26.215 Maxxis DTH tires, and ODI mini grip valve stem covers. Yes sir, this bike is laced with some serious parts, son. Yo, ScreamiN Brandon was not playing when he was piecing this bike together. I'm telling you right now, with those parts on that bike, it must ride bananas. So as everybody knows, Hyper Bicycles has their department store line and they have their professional line. This is not a bike that you will find in the department store. Actually, it's only available as a frame only. As a matter of fact, the Dirt Jumper frame is actually based off the 20-inch frame, the Mission 1. So if you know about the Hyper Mission 1, which I talked about when it first came out way back, shout out to Judd over at Hyper Bicycles. We did an interview back in 2012-ish, 13-ish or something like that, when they first started talking about the Hyper Mission 1. And the hydroforming on that frame also went to the hydroforming on this frame. So they're very similar. They're part of the same elite family of frames. Behold everything. I got something to show you. Hold on now. Hanging on this wall back here, right here on this wall, right here, is a Hyper Mission 1. As you can see, the hydroforming on this frame, it's identical to the hydroforming that is on the Dirt Jumper. See, part of the same family. I used to love this. Actually, I still do love this frame. I just have my own frames now, but I still love this frame. This frame right here is amazing. It used to jump really good. It raced really good. It was a great frame. Love this frame. All right, back to your regularly scheduled program. So with that said, let's talk about this frame in particular and some more details about this frame. So the Hyper 26 DJ MTB hardtail frame is constructed of 6061 aluminum, double butted hydroform top and down tubes, and comes in at 4 pounds 11 ounces for the medium and 4 pounds 14 ounces for the large size. The top tube length on the medium is 22.5 inches and the top tube on the large is 23 inches. Head tube angle is 68 degrees. Seat tube angle is 72.5 degrees. Chain stay length is 15 inches to 15.6 inches. Bottom bracket height is 12.2 inches. It's got a 12 by 142 through axle included with the frame. Total axle width is 165 millimeter with 12 millimeters of threads. Seat tube size is a thick 31.6. It's got an internal tapered head tube 1 1/8 to 1.5. This bike right here is no joke, y'all, no joke. Hyper does not play when they make them high-end bikes. Don't get it twisted when you see the bikes in Walmart and things like that. All right, party people, you know what time it is. It's time to look at those ratings. Let me just start it off with this. Only 2 people rated this bike so far. Aww. Can you guys who are watching out there in YouTube land come back to the site and give this bike some more ratings? Because come on, let's make this happen now. It's not that hard. Just come back sugarcane.com. Just put your ratings in, whether you love it or hate it, like it, dislike it, don't matter. Just come back and rate the bike. We want to have a nice competition, a nice healthy competition going on here for Bike of the Year. 2013 Bike of the Year. We want to see what bike wins, and we can't find that out if only 2 people are rating the bikes. All right. So anyways, overall color score is a 6.75. Overall originality is a 6. Parts is a 6.5. Overall style 6.38, giving it a total score of a 6.41. Big shout out to John Abner, who came in and gave this bike a rating. He gave it a 7.81. And the Sugarcane staff, who puts a rating in for every bike. Every bike starts with a 5 rating because we don't want somebody to shoot to the top of the chart on the first rating. So we put a 5 in where you have to work at it to get up there, and that keeps the ratings more fair and balanced because people be doing funny stuff when it comes to rating the bikes. And that's the reason why for the Bike of the Year we'll have the People's Choice Bike of the Year, and then we'll have the Editor's Pick Bike of the Year. So definitely get yourself involved. Tell your friends to come to the site and rate your bike and rate the other bikes as well. Honestly. But we know how the internet is. Big shout out to ScreamiN Brandon Nieman for submitting this beautiful bike. It's super shiny and polished. 2020 Hyper dirt jumper. You can see him getting busy on this bike at pump tracks and dirt jumps all over the place. So that is it, y'all. Make sure y'all keep submitting the bikes. Make sure y'all keep rating the bikes and always have fun in your bikes. So enough talking about bikes, enough looking at bikes, enough rating bikes. I need y'all to go out and ride your bikes. This is Crazy Al Kane. Bike of the day. Back to you, Billy.